Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at our third spirit animal archetype for 2026. I'm using the Kim Cranstead Animal Spirit Guides. And as always, please like or subscribe if you're enjoying or getting something out of this content, as it really helps to support my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Gazelle. We have some fire energy here. Fire energy is going to be really big moving into 2026 and beyond. On February 20th, we have Neptune and Saturn going conjunct in the sign of Aries at 0 degrees. If you think about the Western zodiac, 0 degrees Aries is the cardinal fire sign. It's the initiator, I am, creative fire energy. It moves fast, and this is the very beginning of the wheel. And then we have Saturn and Neptune, two outer planets, generational planets. They tend to move slower around the zodiac. Saturn goes through each sign every 2.5 to 3 years, and Neptune takes about 14 years to go through a sign. So we have much bigger cycles here that are ending as they've shifted out of Pisces into Aries, and new, bigger patterns beginning in time and space. And with this Aries fire energy, we have Saturn and Neptune that are also dissolving structures, karma, resetting, also disillusionment. We have a lot of contrasting themes that are meeting in the sky, as above so below, also down here. And one of the big energies that I think will be really important this year is the Gazelle. And I was really embodying some Gazelle energy today, and I wanted to share with you what that kind of looked and felt like for me, because examples are usually pretty helpful for me. I've been sitting out here in my yard, and for about 3 hours now, I've been feeling a lot of heightened energy in my body, almost a vibrational quality. And I've been having to make some adjustments in my daily life. One of those has been cutting out caffeine. And as always, I'm not giving medical advice, and I'm not giving advice to anyone in particular, because we all have different bodies, different ecosystems, and different ways of relating to ourselves and others. But by sharing my personal experience, I hope that other people can kind of tune into what their personal experience may be telling them. And for me, I've had just like really heightened energy in my body. I think I'm getting it from what's going on in the world, also the collective, the people around me. We're vibrational and we're energies, so that kind of makes sense to me. And with the Gazelle, you have an entity, a spirit, an animal that is hypersensitive and hyper aware to the environment. You know, I think of the Gazelle as they're moving, they're just super alert to like the tiniest movement, the tiniest sound, smell, and very vigilant. And as I have been moving through the last week or two, I've been noticing how hyper alert my system has been. And even something like drinking coffee, it's like there are times during the year where I'll have a cup of coffee in the morning and it's fine, and I'm like, there's focus that comes along with that, and also like an increased energy level, and I appreciate that. And lately what I've been experiencing is like I can feel my heart rate and my vibration just start to go zzz the minute I start drinking my coffee. And it's been putting me in a space, because I think I'm already kind of vibrating a little bit higher, where it's like I drink that cup and the rest of the day I feel like a little more reactive. So I've been feeling a lot of this Gazelle energy, a lot of this just like super sensitive and aware of everything that's happening around me, and finding that like my nervous system has been a little more reactive. I've had like a harder time feeling like really grounded and slow and deep in my thoughts and in my body. And so part of the work that I've been doing is kind of how can I tune into that, and what little adjustments can I make right now to support myself and my nervous system. And one of the ones I kind of just like slipped into today with this beautiful weather that we've had. It's like unseasonably warm, but we've had some really cold weather recently. And today it's pretty warm, and I've been able to sit in my yard with my dog and literally just like watch the trees, read a book, listen to the birds for hours, and just kind of like sit here, sometimes not even doing anything. And I can just feel deeply in my body like this sense of peace that's been eluding me the last few weeks, and this like nervous system like calming, almost just this like pressing on me and soothing me down. And for me, that's really like Gazelle Energy already showing up in the year. Being able as a spirit to rest and to feel safe and not to have to be hyper vigilant, and for my nervous system to be responsive versus reactive is really beautiful. And it's the math of that is going to be different every day, like what I can attain and where I can reach with that. And also I can bring awareness with myself to each new day of like, okay, like I'm feeling a little more reactive today, or maybe this is the day where I shouldn't have a cup of coffee, or maybe this is a day where I really need to prioritize some cardiovascular, more intense cardiovascular to kind of help move this energy out of my body. So that's been another thing that's been really helpful for me. It's easy in the winter for me to like slip into like, I go on hikes with my dog, but I don't always like get onto, for me, I like to do a bike ride on my Peloton, but something that kind of gets my heart rate going. And lately I haven't been able to prioritize that, and I've noticed I think that is part of what's contributing to this like hyper alert place that my nervous system has been in. Like I need to move that energy out, and kind of more vigorous exercise helps with that. Sitting in my yard, being able to just be outside, especially on these days that are a little bit nicer. Meditating, there's lots of different things, and we all get to find our own things and do different combinations. As we're in 2026, this Gazelle Energy is going to ask us to be aware of our nervous systems, our hypersensitivities, and to find ways to feel safe, to feel supported, and to feel calm, whatever that looks like for each of us, and to whatever ability we're able to embody it. It's going to be different on different days. You know, we don't need to have this standard for every day. It can move, it can switch, it's fluid. And that's a message I think that'll be really important for all of us as we move through this fast fire energy of 2026 and beyond. And as we consider our nervous systems and feeling safe and supported like the gazelle.